All right, so actually there is a limit in YouTube for shorts. Just ran into that, so I guess we'll be sticking to video until I figure that situation out. Yeah, I talk a lot. Yeah, because I don't like doing video because like now I can't really put as much. I guess I could just like piece the video together. That's the thing, like I want to minimize the editing. The less editing I do, the better. And the best way to do that is video. My issue right now, and that's the funny thing, it's like it still takes forever to upload, you know? Dumbass right there running the light next to the camera light. That's kind of the thing here. It's not very pedestrian friendly. And you wonder why, right? I don't know, maybe the camera will do something. Or not. You know, people are pretty dumb nowadays. I'll just use that word. Yeah, it's like the less, like, the phone isn't like old, but it's not new either. But yeah, like the less work I have to do editing, the better. That's the friction right there. Ooh. Semi-truck over there. Damn. It's like, come on, let's just switch to EV already. It's like, that's an Albertsons grocery thing. So, you know, that thing there has what the fuck, dude? It's like, oh, it's actually the AC thing. But it's like, but you see the reaction, it's just so instantaneous. Like, you see a truck with like vapor coming out, and you essentially deduce, oh, well, it's a steamroller, because it's like, you know, that's just like AC, I don't know, like dry ice or something. But it's like some trucks actually do spew out that much. And you got your genius of a president doing everything he can to make his mark on the earth because he's a loser person. You know, oh, I have a theory. You know, I'm not, the thing is that as a nation, we should just not acknowledge that person's presence. He who shall not be named. And then for the other one, because they seem conflicted, we'll say they who shall not be named. Although they're both probably conflicted, right? So who am I talking about? If you know, you know. If you don't, well, everything you hear is hearsay. So who are we talking about? Well, I know, but it's more of a rhetorical question to the audience. At this point, either you're completely lost or you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, like I was mentioning earlier in a different video, but not even video, short, the road kind of pretty much follows this pathway, right? And I mean, you can totally see the trajectory, totally see how the left side of the road is actually the original side. I mean, it just makes way more sense from an engineering standpoint. If you're not going to build a wide road, then you kind of go through the easiest path, and the left side compared to the right clearly needed a lot less, you know, road work design. So That's how I know even without looking at an old side-by-side satellite map, that's how I know exactly how the road trajectory used to go. And like I was saying, a ton of empty space. Like literally, look at all this empty space right here. The road design here just sucks. Very inefficient. Dead rodent. Ants are getting to it. RIP. Yeah, this design sucks ass a ton. Like they could have done the whole suburb idea, but if they tucked it in with roundabouts, that would be so logical. If they put a roundabout, if all these lights were replaced with a roundabout for the most part, and then they went from 3 lanes to 2 lanes, that would actually work out pretty well. 2-lane roundabout, and then they convert one of these traffic lanes, completely barricaded off. They'd redo this POS sidewalk. I mean, like, who the fuck wants to walk on, waste the sidewalk space, essentially. This used to actually be, there actually used to be trees right here. But like, this belongs to, of course, a self-storage space, right? A hoarder. Essentially, someone who wants to make money off hoarders is there. So, and they're probably hoarders themselves too. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, that would be my idea. Extreme lane diet. Toys for tots. I mean, think about it. Toys for tots. Why are the tots getting toys? Because they can't afford them, or they're not being given in the first place. Why? So now we're talking about really, really low income families or orphan kids, right? That's what the target audience would be for toys and tots. So who gives toys to these tots things, right? It's usually, I'll give you an example. So I would hang out with these car people. Like, I don't really consider myself a car person for sure these days. Back then, maybe, but not now for sure. And they would have like these events, like, we're all gonna do a Christmas or December winter break type car event, car cruise, right? It's a rally. So you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So like these events, and you see them still all over the Instagram. This time of year, all these car groups are making these like, we're gonna go donate and see, that's the irony. They're like, they want to donate toys and do the community good right now this time of the year, but the rest of the time of the year they're literally, let's be honest, someone who's driving a Corvette, okay, that person right there has a political affiliation. That person right there too. So the thing is, you start going to these cars and coffee events. Like I said, I've seen a few of these cars today, so it must be Saturday. So I have to check my calendar at this point. But you go to these events. Okay. 2 prime examples. The one mentioned the friend, and he just came from over there. There used to be one over there called Tacos and Tuners. If you're local, you know what I'm talking about, and you're probably my age too. But that crowd versus the other crowd at Branches and Effet, completely different crowds when you really think about it. And actually, they're massive crowds. The one back there, I mean, it essentially got so big, it got, it just had to stop. It got too big. Because, like, it would literally, if you know the Target shopping center, I mean, it would pretty much fill like half of that thing up. Like, no joke. Or at least a third. So that's a big group. And then you got the Rancho Santa Fe over there. That's a pretty big group too, but it's like, it's completely different socioeconomics, right? But the point I'm getting to is that they're two different groups. One's obviously younger. They're more in the tuner crowd. Like the opposite ends of cars enthusiasts in a sense. But I want to go back to the Rancho Santa Fe one. So what was I getting to? Okay, yeah. So these two groups. One, which group do you feel would be most likely to host like Toys for Tots or like some other kind of charity-ish type event? Probably not tacos and tuners. Probably the other event. Which group do you think is more likely to support taxes for more equality and equity? Right? Probably. So you kind of get what I'm saying? So like, we're not really chunking everyone in one piece, but like some groups fit the profile better than others. And there's a lot of profiles and a lot of people, a lot of different groups. Sign is new. So yeah, it must be Saturday live. So anyways.
Wait.
That group over there, Rancho Santa Fe, that's the kind of group who would totally get into the whole Toys for Tots, the events, like those expensive supercar-ish, not even supercar-ish, but like those exotic, like luxury type car events. And that's kind of what they do. That crowd goes that direction because they're typically more on the conservative